you know, you have here this. When the cigars, they don't have a proper fermentation process, the leaves, they don't have a proper fermentation process, you know what? You see, this is a cigar that you have taken from a client, and the cigars, they don't have a proper fermentation process, they cause a skin rash. You see the holes made by the worms? Skin rash or skin allergy, because that's wormy. You'll be trying something. The cigars, you don't inhale it like you do with the cigarettes. People steal this, and then you think you're having a real McCoy. So there are official spots in Havana, they sell it. They sell this. So don't ever do it, as well as when you change the money. If you have come here, you have done it before, just gotta be careful, because people insert the coins, I mean the notes, the big notes that you think they are the real ones, and then the Cuban money is not like the Canadian one, which I know all the notes you have. You see, if I take a 5 one, I see you through. A 10 one, I see you through. The Cuban ones that are very easy, and you will get here the fake money counterfeit. So, you know that this money is not running anymore. The convertible peso. So, honestly talking, the worst thing that the government did was to have eliminated here this convertible peso, because for the ones who have visited Cuba before, you know, before COVID started, you know that clients change more money than they do now. You change it now, 20 Canadians, they have it at the rate from 85 to 90 oscillation, because there was a decrease in the value of the US dollar in the last days. So when you change the money, they might insert this one here, which are big notes that might be not the real McCoy. So the worst thing the government did was during the COVID times, they put into practice this financial reform. The financial reform, which didn't work out at all, because they wanted to unify the Cuban peso. And you know what? We, instead of one currency, we have lots of them, including the card, the currency. I mean the credit card, which in certain places in Havana it doesn't work. If you want to buy cigars, go to the Morro Castle. They have one of the biggest display. Morro Castle. It's on the other side of the bay. You go also to the Cabana Fortress. You have there the man who set up Guinness records of the longest cigars in the world, 81 meters, from 34, 46, 65, 70, and 81 and 90. So long the cigars, Guinness records. That's the fortress for the cannon shooting ceremony. Another ceremony you take at night time. So when the government changed into Cuban peso to unify the currency, they eliminated the CUC. This one, what I showed you. You know what? When the clients come here, they change it. For example, I never recommend you to change it. If you're gonna spend a while, you are staying in Playa del Este, Havana, you need to change 100 Canadian dollars at a rate they have the bank. Let's say 90. Let's say 90, the highest. 9,000. You will spend it in a day when you go to a restaurant. If you are two, you spend 15,000. The tourists came here before and they changed more money because the government had the chance here to give you money back at the airport. You know, it's like this. And so what they did was inflated the money. So they set the money for the Canadians at the beginning 20, US 24, the euros 27. And when the COVID started, you know, when we broke out tourism, you come here many times, you know the rates quite well. You know, they try to, well, the pound, the sterling, 30. They noticed that the government had not much money here to provide it. You know what? There were some few people that speculated, not speculating, selling the money at the black market more expensive. And you know what? The government said, oh, you're selling that more expensive than me. I'm the official one. They set it up higher. So when you have no balance and demand and supply balanced, you create inflation. The demands were skyrocketing and the supply sinking down. No supplies. The stores were empty and the government created the hard currency card shops. The ones that I go, if I get some money, hard currency, I go to the bank, they get your credit for my card. I cannot withdraw the money because it's supposed to be spent in the shops. One choice, which is not 100% fair, but at least was an alternative the government found to recover hard currency when we were shut down by tourism, which is the most important income of the economy of the country. So that's why they should have put that into practice. And that an economist here to notice and realize and, you know, to say that was wrongly done. Yeah. But, you know, when you are going to, if you change the money, you the money then later, the money you have extra Cuban peso, you cannot spend it. You cannot give it back at the airport because they don't have any money here to give you. Yeah, so that's it. So when you go to Havana, my recommendation, there are the tours into the Army Square for the Royal Town, and you go to the Plaza Hotel, they have bureaus there. When you go to the places that you also you get many old timers, you can rent also there in the city. So you have classic cars, very nice. When you step up into the terrace, right on the Royal Town, you see that on the left side, you step up and you see on the direction of the pool, that part of the seafront, that's the place where they film Fast and Furious. Yeah. So you might need to hear some money to be taken with you. Yeah. Tanks got melted away, and 17 firefighters got melted away trying to rescue the people. We don't have the technology, so the water was not, that second explosion followed until 4 tanks got burned down to ashes.
So you're from Matanza?
Matanza, the city you're gonna see. Yeah. So that one, they're on the other side, all the bay that happened. Terrible. We had the hurricane and also an explosion, a gas leak close to the Capitol building. When you go to Havana, you pass in front of the Capitol building, and then you see the hotel completely destroyed. Not destroyed, because the basement, the foundation of that one's pretty good. I think they're gonna recover that one because the surrounding structures had even more damage than the hotel had. 47 people died.